Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Today on May 18th. Can you believe we're past the halfway point of May? Amazing. Let's say hello to our friends on Facebook Live. Welcome, Facebook Live folks. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. You may wonder, my background looks a little different. I am at the Global Village School. We are learning about the body and various other things. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here with you today and with my special guest and very special friend, Joanne Hammil, who I will tell you more about shortly. But first, let me say hello. Welcome and welcome to Anna, who makes us sound so good. Welcome Marlene in Berkeley and Shari in New Hampshire. Welcome Martha and Nancy with your Irish cow. Welcome Sheila in Florida and Gay and Luda in Victoria. Welcome Pauline in Newcastle, UK. Welcome Jean in Pittsburgh and to Curly Tops, perhaps there'll be more. Hello Deborah in Kentucky and Doug in Vermont. Hello Jim in New York and Kate in Charlottesville. Susan G, so good to see you, and Anne in Maryland, Karen and Debbie, James, also known as Jim Harkless, hello, good to see you. Hello, Hindi and Kathleen in Albuquerque, Ruth in Birmingham, Ralph in Victoria, and Carolyn keeping me on track, letting me know that it's 773 days that we have been singing together. Hello, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, and Susan in Twombly. Hello, Tim and Aloysius in Massachusetts. Hello, Deli and Christiana. Thank you, 773. Hello, Cricket dancing in Maryland, and Jamie in Victoria. Hello, Annette and Barbara and Kevin. Hello, Bronwyn in British Columbia, Victoria. I need to take a breath. Hello, Janice in, oh, friend of Joanne's. Hello, Hindi and Bob in Massachusetts, and Amos and Aki and Dick and Kathy in Victoria. Welcome to Fred in Silver Spring, LMG, Loriana, Kachina, Courtney in Vermont. I always love to see to say the three of y'all's names. Welcome, welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Oh, I see everybody's into the conducting thing, which I love. That's what we do here at the Global Village Project. We love to conduct. And I am so happy and excited to welcome my friend Joanne Hammil, who is coming to us from Watertown, Massachusetts, just outside Boston. She is an amazing musician and composer and also director of choral groups. She works with children, adults, intergenerational folks, and she has amazing kids as well, which you're going to hear about today. So, everybody, let's welcome Joanne Hammil. Yay!
Thank you so much, Elise, and everybody. Hi, great to be here. We all need antidotes every day, and I love what you're all doing. So thanks for singing with me today, hopefully. So I thought I'd do a song with you that actually my son wrote. It is just such the perfect antidote for all of us in these very hard times. It's called Find a Way. And he is an amazing musician himself. He goes by the name Adam Ezra, his first and middle names professionally, or the Adam Ezra Group, that's his band. And he does this song both solo and with his band. It's really interesting when he does this with his band. They all, in a concert, they all put down their instruments, bass and fiddle and drums and piano, and they come to the front of the stage and they do this one a cappella, 4-part harmony. It's very, very sweet. And I think we're putting a link in the chat so that you can later look that up, because his version is really great, his official version on YouTube. Or you could just Google Find a Way is the name of the song. Find a Way, Adam Ezra. Anyway, let me teach it to you now so you can sing along and we can all get antidoted today together. Let's see. Let me teach you the chorus so that you can join in every time the chorus comes along. It's pretty simple. It goes, I may cross the river Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Would you like to try that much with me? I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Let's do it. 1, 2, here we go. I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Yes? The next line, the third line of every chorus, changes with each chorus. You can either sing along because the words are in the chat, I know, to this whole song, or you can just ooh while I'm singing that third line. In the first verse, it goes, well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. And then the next line is one that repeats often through the song. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Let's try those last two phrases. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. So I'm going to go through the whole chorus so it's not so interrupted. And you can either sing the first 3 little phrases with me, or you can echo them. That's kind of fun too, or you could do both. So I may cross the River Jordan, River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Yeah, okay. And the verses are pretty easy to catch on to. And if you have the words in the chat, I know you do somewhere, I can't see it, but you do. And you can sing along with me. I'm gonna play a track from Adam's recording of when he does this solo. He most often does it with his band a cappella, but this is a version that he does solo. So it's kind of fun to sing to a track. He'll be playing guitar, and in the middle, he does a harp solo. On the harp solo, you can just listen, you can ooh, you can find harmony notes. I think that's what I'll do. This is a very easy song to find little harmony notes too. And whenever that chorus comes in, sing along. Here we go. Last night was a rocky one, tonight is coming soon. The rain keeps falling heavy on my head. My brothers and my sisters holding hands and marching on. It's the only thing that gets me out of bed. I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got the preachers on the left, the politicians on the right, and the news shouts panic everywhere we turn. But when the ones who talk the loudest also pay themselves the most, you better question what they're trying to make you learn. And I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. When their cards are on the table, there's only one good hand to play. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. for tomorrow, but sometimes I do despair that I don't possess the will to carry on. But my brothers and my sisters keep me tethered to the wheel, and I know they'll keep on singing when I'm gone. 'Cause I may cross the River Jordan, I may face the rising tide. Let our voices be a beacon till we live in better days. Hold on to each other, find a way. In our darkest hours, here is what we must relay. Hold on to each other, find a way. Through the toughest hurdles, these 8 words are all you have to say. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. What a great song. I guess that your son has been greatly influenced by his extremely musical mother. What a wonderful thing to have this musical family. I know there's a lot of folks here in the room that have people before them and people coming after them to create families of music. Um,
Thank you
you
for that, but I gotta say that Adam came out singing. He just, he had it in him, so
That's great.
yeah.
Um, so I've known you a long time, Joanne, and over that time you have created so much amazing music that's been sung by people not just around the United States, but around the world. And I was wondering if you would tell everyone a little bit about the amazing collections of CDs and books that you have published. In fact, some of them very recently.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So one of my passions is polyphonic music and in singing often rounds and other kinds of polyphonic music. So I have written about 150 rounds now, and I have 4 collections, 4 volumes of my rounds and partner songs, and volume 1, 2, 3, 4, they each have a CD and a songbook. The last 2, volumes 3 and 4, just came out last summer. So I'm excited to share those 58 more of them. So I have those, everything's available on my website. And I also have 2 collections of my original children's songs, and those are also available as CD and songbook. Because Adam was so musical and that's in my heart, music, I started children's choruses, and I always sang with my kids when my kids were young. And so I started writing songs for kids. My songs seemed to be the ones they liked the most. So then I recorded them. I was also very fortunate to be at the founding level of the Children's Music Network, which is a global organization. If any of you are interested in children's music, you should look that up. cmnonline.org is
And
how
that's
you look them up.
kind of how you and I met through there.
It's true.
You invited me, so I was a new member and I didn't really know anyone, and you invited me to lead a workshop with you, and so we met, and if I dare say so, I think we musically fell in love with each other and have been really good friends. But also, you've been such an inspiration to me. First of all, I use a lot of your songs in my teaching, both with my students here at the Global Village Project and with my adult students. But also learning from you about writing rounds. I think you've, as you said, 4 volumes of rounds and partner songs, and how rounds, how they're constructed, and I think there's a lot of people that think rounds are boring because they only know like row, row, row your boat, and they obviously do not know the amazing Joanne Hammil rounds. I mean,
Thank you. Rounds get such a bad rap. They are thought of as simple children's things, and they're not. Oh, I forgot to say, I write lots of songs that are not rounds. And I have a recording out of my adult songs that are not rounds too. Don't give me a label, it's called. But there's so much variety and depth within the genre of rounds that can happen. And yes, the rounds I write are sophisticated rounds, very exciting, mostly mostly not at the children's level, although I've written some children's rounds.
Well, one of my favorites that I've taught a number of times and my students always adore is called Move Like Jazz. And it
Oh,
literally is a piece that dances, musically it dances, and it's a three-part, and it's so beautiful and so challenging. So it is
and I
no
remember you performed that with me at Swananoa in
we
North
did.
Carolina. You were one of the three parts. We
Yeah.
did that together.
Yep. So, in addition to that, I know that you also are doing so you have some things coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about what's
Yeah, I was supposed to be at 3 different conferences this summer. Unfortunately, I have an immune problem like so many people now, so I've bowed out of 2 of them, sadly. But I'm still probably going to be at this 3rd one, which is the first week in August, assuming that things and protocols are good for that. And there I will be teaching up in New Hampshire, 2 classes a day for 6 days. Really fun stuff. My course is called vocal music potpourri. So it's a lot of different things. Anyway, that's coming up, and I'm also
you say
working
New
really.
Hampshire?
It's in New Hampshire. It's on Lake
We have,
Winnipesaukee.
we have Shari is in New Hampshire. She's like going,
Oh,
maybe I'm gonna go. There might be some other people from New Hampshire here. So there's folks here from all over. So, yeah,
yeah. Email me if you want to know more information about it, Shari, and I can send you links and stuff, or anybody. It's a family camp. It's a big family camp. With lots going on, and swimming in Lake Winnipesaukee every afternoon all together.
Oh,
It's great. And folk dancing every night in the barn with the amazing Barb Sifter. She's amazing. I know she's been on Daily Antidote several times, but she's also a masterful dance teacher and song leader.
beautiful.
There's a lot of music people there. Yeah.
Anything else that you want folks to know about that you've got coming up before we do the song?
Just that I'm working a lot on creating piano arrangements for a lot of my songs, and I've started posting about 25 of those on my website. They're really for choral directors or singing groups who need an accompanist, and so they're pretty high level, nice arrangements, for of my songs. But I'm also about to start posting a lot of the arrangements I've done of other people's songs, which are maybe 200 of them. So little by little, I'll start posting those. So I'm just working a lot on those while I can't be doing music in person. Although I miss
Wonderful.
this. So this is wonderful to
Yeah, I'm
have
so glad
this.
you're here. Well, let's do
Thank
the song one more time.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Hang on one second. Here we go. Okay, Find a Way. You ready? Last night was a rocky one. Tonight is coming soon. The rain keeps falling heavy on my head. My brothers and my sisters holding hands and marching on. It's the only thing that gets me out of bed. I may cross the River Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We've got the preachers on the left, the politicians on the right. and the news shouts panic everywhere we turn. But when the ones who talk the loudest also pay themselves the most, you better question what they're trying to make you learn. And I may cross River Jordan, I may face the rising tide. When their cards are on the table, there's only one good hand to play. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. Well, I am marching for tomorrow, but sometimes I do despair that I don't possess the will to carry on. But my brothers and my sisters keep me tethered to the wheel, and I know they'll keep on singing when I'm gone. 'Cause I may cross the River Jordan, I may face the rising tide. Let our voices be a beacon till we live in better days. Hold on to each other, find a way. 'Cause in our darkest hours, here is what we must relay. Hold on to each other, find a way. Through the toughest hurdles, these 8 words are all you have to say. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, my goodness. So good to see everybody singing, dancing, clapping, holding on. There's a lot of holding on.
I saw a lot of this. That's why I started copying that.
Well,
It's an amazing feeling. We're doing what the song is saying. We really do have to hold on to each other, and you're all doing it in this daily antidote. Kudos to all of you.
and I see a lot of folks on here today that are special Joanne Hammil fans. Nancy Schimmel is here. I'm not sure who
Ooh, hi,
else.
Nancy.
Yeah, so anyway, welcome all the Children's Music Network folks that are here and the Joanne Hammil special fans. Now, of course, we're all Joanne Hammil fans, but the
I should
original.
also, can I interrupt for a second? I should also, because I know we're going to end soon. I should also say that I arranged this song for a 4-part regular large chorus. And I think there's a link, there should be a link to that in the chat, to a performance of my chorus. The last concert we did before the pandemic hit in January 2020, we sang the Song of Adam's as a choral arrangement. So you could see that too. Or write to me if you want to get that choral arrangement for your groups.
I saw it. It was wonderful. Yeah, I watched him singing it with his group a cappella, and I also saw you with your chorus. So highly recommended watching those videos, everyone. Thank you again so much, Joanne, for joining us from Watertown, Massachusetts, with all your family of music. And we look forward to having you again and hearing some of your original music. Let's wave goodbye to Facebook Live, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Facebook Live folks. Thank you